What's going on, guys? It's Hi, and I previously made a video detailing my experience with Silencer Shop's eForms 4 service. Well, I recently logged into my Silencer Shop dashboard and noticed something that I've never seen before, and that was a tab that said ATF eForm 1 Beta. This completely caught me off guard because if you've been keeping up with Silencer Shop for a while, you'd know that they previously offered a Form 1 service, but that stopped quite a while ago. So again, this new eForm 1 tab was a bit confusing. I tried to look around the internet, but it didn't seem like anyone noticed this, and Silencer Shop themselves also didn't seem to have mentioned it. Well, I figured that with the current state of pistol braces as of December 2022, let's see what this is all about. And after looking around, I saw a pop-up that said something like, this is a trial service that they're offering only for the first 1,000 customers. This is a pop-up that now has disappeared, but the service is definitely still in beta and is a soft launch. Now, to backtrack, if you're unfamiliar with the ATF Form 1, this is essentially a request to create an NFA item. This is most commonly associated with turning a rifle into a short barrel rifle, a shotgun into a short barrel shotgun, or creating a suppressor from parts, something along those lines. I personally have never been into actually registering an SBR or SBS because there's pros and cons to it. The cons include not being able to have a loaded rifle in a car, at least here in Washington State, and then if you want to travel across state lines with your rifle, you'd have to ask for a request from the government, and then of course you have to pay the $200 tax stamp. For me, the only real pro is to be able to run a stock on a less than 16-inch barreled upper. That wasn't really something that I cared about because I have some pretty good pistol braces, but again, because pistol braces may be banned pretty soon, I just wanted to experiment and know my options. It took some personal persuasion, but I decided to give the Silencer Shop eForms 1 portal a try and SBR'd one of my lowers. At this point in time, to do this, all you have to do is click the Start New Form 1 button and a pop-up shows up. From here, you choose the manufacturer name for your weapon and the country in which they reside. I chose to SBR one of my primary weapon systems lower, and they're located in the United States. Then we're taken to the next page where we enter the firearm model, serial number, firearm type, caliber, barrel length, and overall length. If you've ever Form 1 something, all of this should look pretty familiar because it's pretty much straight from the ATF Form 1 website. If you haven't, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube on how to fill this paperwork out. That's how I personally learned, and suggest for you to do your own research because I am no expert in this. But once you get all of the information filled in, it's just a matter of click and save and paying for the service. You of course have to pay $200 for the tax stamp, but Silencer Shop charges $205, and they also charge $50 to use this service, so you're looking at $255 out the door. The next step is to wait for Silencer Shop to review your application and mark it ready to certify. Once they do this, the portal will take you to the ATF's website where you can essentially just verify all the information of the application, submit the application, and wait for your approval. Certifying through this service is not like a Form 4 where you have to certify with an FFL. With the Form 1, you do it by yourself, so it's more convenient. I started this process on 12/23 and certified on 12/24, so this process can be very quick. I do want to note that when I verified, the ATF website was extremely slow to load, like slow enough for me to think that it was just stuck and not working. But again, it was just very slow to load each step, and there were quite a few steps to go through. I just ended up leaving the page open and doing something else. Again, I'm no expert in Form 1 stuff. This is my first application, but I do want to note a few things that I saw during my process that was a bit of an eyebrow raiser. First, as with many other things Silencer Shop website related, the Form 1 portal is extremely buggy. When I tried to pay for everything, I kept getting an error saying, error reserving firearms. Naturally, I thought this was a website error, so I resubmitted 2 more times. Well, it turns out that although I got the error, the payment actually went through and I got hit with 3 tax stamp purchases. So I had to send some emails to Silencer Shop to fix this, and they ended up refunding me for the tax stamps not used. The next issue is with the application process and how you fill it out. As previously shown, a few of the fields that you need to fill out are just drop-down options. There's no way to edit them, and this is a problem because those fields are not completely accurate. Again, I SBR'd my PWS lower, but I first attempted to do this process with a Radian Weapons lower. The lower's model number is the ADAC-15. This is not an option in the Silencer Shop Form 1 portal, and they're getting these options directly from the ATF. You may think that I can just choose another option that looks pretty similar, but if things don't line up correctly, accurately, your application is probably going to get denied. So realistically, my Radian lower cannot be registered with this system currently. I sent an email to Silencer Shop about this, and they've updated their website to include a little disclaimer about this. Another issue with the Silencer Shop Form 1 web portal application is with the caliber choice and your various measurements. When doing a Form 1, even though your lower may say multi-cal, you can only choose one caliber. To include other calibers, the regular Form 1 application gives you a description box where you can write in other calibers that you'd like to include. This also goes for different barrel lengths and overall lengths. What I'm getting at is if you use the Silencer Shop Form 1 portal as of the time of this video, you're pretty much locked into one caliber and one set of measurements. To get around this after the Form 1 is approved, you can write a physical letter to the ATF to include other calibers, barrel lengths, overall lengths, whatever it may be that you'd like to also use in your SBR lower, and they may approve this, but of course when you're writing a physical letter to the ATF, this can add an undetermined amount of time to the entire process. So if this is the case, why use the Silencer Shop Form 1 portal at all? Well, to me, it's purely about convenience. If you have a Silencer Shop account and you've gone through the process to get everything uploaded for a Form 4, Silencer Shop will have all the information that they need to get the Form 1 completed. They'll just reuse that information and look up new information that's needed, like the appropriate chief of police to contact, and include that in your new Form 1 application. They'll also have your fingerprints already on file, so that's just another thing that you don't need to go and track down and send off. So again, it's all about convenience because this service just streamlines the entire process. Then on top of this, Silencer Shop is also expanding their single shot trust to Form 1s, which was previously only available on Form 4s. I already have a single shot unlimited trust, so I can now add a trust to my Form 1 with no extra cost. However, because the website is still in beta, it didn't recognize that I already have the single shot unlimited trust and still asked me if I wanted to buy one of their single shot trusts. I declined, but when Silencer Shop went through my application, they just added my single shot trust on the back end. Again, although the current Silencer Shop eForm 1 beta service is a bit buggy and limiting, it is without a doubt the most convenient way to submit a Form 1. I've gone ahead and gave the service a try, and hopefully I'll get a response fairly quick. I'll definitely be making more content to update you guys about this process in the near future, so make sure to subscribe for that. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you can give the video a thumbs up, share it around, comment down below with any thoughts or questions that you may have. And if you want to further support my work, consider hitting the join button down below to become a member of this channel or becoming a patron on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.